Hello and welcome to round 5 of Hit the Apex Racing League the F2 series. As I said about 15 seconds ago, we're in Mexico today for round 5. Previous round was Belgium. That was a great race last time. In the race before that, Germany, that was even better. So hopefully we can keep up the run of good races following into today, and we have a good qualifying and race. As you can see on the left, it's quite disappointing really. We've only got 10 with us today. I think that's the lowest numbers of the season so far, but we'll skip across that. Hopefully, like I said, we still have a good race. Hopefully that means not as many retirements today, less opportunity, but you never know with F1. Anyway, Mexico. We'll talk about Mexico. Personally, not a track I like that much, but I know a lot of drivers on this game like Mexico. It's sort of, it has to fit your driving style, if that makes sense. If you're more of like you're really good like entering and exiting corners well, know your braking points very well, yeah, this track is very good for you. But people like me who's not so good at the game, I struggle at this track majorly. Is anyone actually on a lap so far? Ben Gallagher is in his McLaren. We have the, well, I was going to say big boys, but we have the leaders of the championship. We've got like Q-Tip, Sipie, Storm's in there, he's been doing well. We are missing some key drivers though. So I guess we'll see how that pans out throughout the course of the weekend. Well, not the weekend, I don't know why I said weekend. I'm thinking of an actual F1 weekend here. Just thinking of, what's it called, today and the race. I will get the current standings up and we can have a look at that. Last time out, do we have the winner? I don't think we do. No, Vic. Yeah, Vic isn't here. As we know from last week, Vic won. As Ben goes into the pits, Ben won the Belgium Grand Prix, which was very surprising, seeing as it was his first race in It was his first race in hit the Apex. As Dumlios, he sets the fastest time of qualifying so far, a 1:16.2, followed by Storm with a 1:18. So what? Oh, I was going to get the standings up. Sorry. Let me just check that now. Right, there we go. Q-Tip, he's here tonight though, our current championship leader. He's won 3 out of 4 so far. I wonder if he can make it 4 out of 5 today. He'll be hoping so to extend his lead on the championship. Yeah, Q-Tip is top in his Renault in the championship, 68 points. In second is Sipie in the Red Bull. And Rich is in the top 3. I didn't know that. I thought it was a bit lower down, but Rich, as we can see here, just on an out lap. We'll go to someone on a flying lap in a moment. Let me just look at the standings. Yeah, Rich is in third with V Rider behind him, and then Ben in the McLaren in 5th. I'm feeling a surprise result today. Someone who wouldn't normally go towards the top. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens. That'd spice things up in the championship. Rich now comes around the last corner. He's not going to be a competitive lap. We'll go to. Is there anyone else on a Rich? We'll watch Rich because I don't think Sippy. No. He's down 4 seconds. We'll go on to Rich Is this a flying lap? No, this isn't. So no one currently. Oh, I apologise. Storm is yellow flagged. I'm gonna guess that's a slow car. We don't want anyone retiring in qualifying. It's way too early for that. We only have 10 as it is. So, Storm just coming into the stadium section of the track now. Yep. Just that last long right-hander towards the finish line, and it's good enough for third. I forgot to mention Sipier, he's taken pole. A good lap from him, a 1:14.4. A great lap in fact from him. Just didn't realise he actually set it, so apologies to him that we didn't catch his lap. Is Storm going to go for a back-to-back laps? It looks like it. We'll stay on board with him because there's no one else. He's V Ridat. He's in sector 1. Where is Ben? He's also in sector 1. So we'll stay on board with Storm, and then we'll switch on to them two as they come towards the end of the laps. As normally in this league, it's obviously 80 minutes qualifying, which we only have just over 10 minutes left, and it's the 50% race as usual. As I've literally just mentioned, just over 10 minutes now of qualifying left. Still 6 people yet to set laps. I'm sure we will have, well, I'm sure that, well, they have plenty of time to come out. No, Storm's going into the pits. So we'll switch on to who's further up the track, Ridat or Ben. It looks like they're actually pretty close on the track. Ben, actually no they're not. Ben comes round the corner. Ben goes second. A good lap from him in the McLaren, a 1:16.1. That's good enough to push him up into second. Ridat now goes into the pits as he hits the bollard. Is anyone actually close to the line? Rich. He pulls to the side of the track. Sloppy in the Ferrari. He's just coming into the last section now. I don't think this is going to be... No, this won't be a competitive lap. He's not quick enough on this one, unfortunately, but he'll have another go round now. Is there anyone close to finishing their lap? We will have a look. Apologise, I've still got that cold from a couple of weeks ago. It's decided to come back. So I had to take the mic out while I sneezed. Z Nuff F1. I'm guessing that's how you say it. I apologise if it's not. Anyway, he goes up into 5th with his lap, a 1:16.4. Anyone close to finishing their laps now? Ben, that's not going to be a competitive lap from him. Someone who is 3 seconds down on the time, in fact. This could put Sloppy in pole. No, he's got the corner. Probably invalidated it earlier in his lap. Dumleo's now. Is he? No, that lap won't either. Is yet, as predicted. He also heads towards the pit lane. So, well, as we say, that Q-tip starts the lap. Actually, we'll stay on board with him throughout this lap. We'll talk you through a lap of Mexico. So it's a long straight heading towards turn 1. You want to go quite late on the braking to get the best entry possible. As shown there, there's a little bit of a chicane here, a quick left right. He does that well. Then you've got the second DRS straight heading towards a left-hander here. Start braking towards the 100-metre board. It's not the best of entrances of the first corner, but it still looks to be good. Then you've got this double right here towards this section of the track. This section of the track's interesting because it's loads of left rights, as you can see here. This is the part I struggle at Mexico, but Q-Tip has executed this perfectly here, as you can see. You head towards the stadium part of the track now. It's a right as you enter it. Left here, you want to go just clipping the apex as he does. Same with this corner, he does that. Towards the long right hander, one corner left. It's not the best of laps from Q-Tip, as you can tell. So 1:16.5, he can do better than that, and he knows it. Is anyone close to finishing? I think it's actually Sippy, but he's 4 seconds down. That won't be good enough to beat his previous time. Apologise. We'll stay on board with Storm. Just coming towards the end of his lap now. I saw he was 4 tenths down on his time, so this could be a good lap from him. As he heads towards the line now. And he beats his time, but it's not good enough to push him into 7th place that Q-Tip holds. V Ridder. I think he... Storm... We'll go on board with V Ridder as he sets out to... Sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, V Ridder as he sets his eyes on that pole position that Sippy currently holds. Sippy is known to do quite well in qualifying, but it's his race pace that is not as good. Well, not as good, but it's not up to like Q-Tip's rapid races, and that's what it comes down to. Sippy just can't catch up with him. But in qualifying, Sippy is always the man to beat. Through that, he's abandoned that lap. Didn't look like a good entrance into the stadium part of the track. Storm will watch him as he heads towards the last couple of corners. That won't be a competitive lap. He'll go to the pits. I apologise, alright. Ben, is he also going to be heading into the pits? No, he stays out to complete this lap. He doesn't beat his time 2 tenths off his fastest lap. Sloppy G in the Ferrari, entering the stadium bit, which is catching quite a few people out, and that's not the best of entrances into that corner. That could have ruined his whole lap there. He comes towards the line now. He beats his time, but it's not good enough to push him up into 2nd. Is anyone on? Anyone? No. No one is. Look, everyone did sector 1, so or sector 2, Ben, but he's 1.5 seconds down on. This is a competitive lap. Sloppy goes for back-to-back laps. Those softs. How old are those softs? Not fastest lap. Only 1 lap old. I thought he did 2 laps on them ones. I thought he went back to back. Willem in the Racing Point, still yet to set a lap. He's just got 3 minutes 30 to set one, which is, he needs to come out very soon. Sounded like a little issue with the gearbox there, like switching gears. That didn't sound particularly great. Just heads toward the final section of track. He got into the pitch yet. He abandons that lap. Sippy will stay on board with Sippy. Looks like he could have abandoned that lap. He certainly won't beat his. Yeah. He calls it quits on that lap as well. So it's only I'll say ZNU F1. Yeah. He's the only person on a flying lap, or even out on the track, or not on the track, sorry, there's 3 part. Willems does come out for his out lap as expected. You would expect him not to set a lap. Surprising to see Rich and Storm so low down. You wouldn't normally see that from those two. They're normally quite competitive in qualifying. Anyway, ZNUF1, he's abandoned that lap. Not a good entrance towards that twisty turny bit, as I said. Catches quite a few people out that section. We'll stay on board with Storm, then we'll switch on to Rich. As Rich, I understand why they're so low down now. Same with Q-Tip on the slower tyre. Zippy retires from the session. I'm not sure if that was a crash. I'm guessing it was just a manual retirement. Anyway, Storm now. Coming into that bit that some people are finding hard, the twisty turny bit. I don't know the actual names for the corners. I apologise. That's why I just call it a twisty turny bit. It's the easiest thing to do. I'm not sure what happened there. I do apologise, my audio just went. Dear me. Come towards the end of qualifying now, loads of people starting to retire. It's obviously not wanting to set laps. We got a comment from ZNUF1. He said I could just call him Brandon. That's much easier for you, mate, thank you. Anyway, it's the end of qualifying now. It's the last laps for the drivers to put in. Oh, as Ben decides he doesn't want to do qualified anymore. She drives into the wall. Only 3 people left now to set laps. Sloppy, Rich, and the man who hasn't set one yet, Willems. Or Willem. We'll watch Rich. Rich is 12 seconds behind. That won't be a competitive lap. Watch Willems as he sets his first lap of qualifying. Heads towards the last corner now. Could be a good lap from him. Heads towards the line. It's good enough for 4th as Sloppy retires. Williams sets 1 lap, and as we just saw, it was good enough for 4th. There you have it. There are your results for qualifying of the Mexican Grand Prix. I'll run through the grid when the qualifying lap starts. Just go one by one. I seem to be having some issues with audio. I apologise. I'm not sure what it is. Just waiting for the qualifying lap to start now. Not much to talk about really. Get your comments in, get any questions you want to ask. It never happens, I always say, but maybe we can change that today. Get any questions in or anything. How's the qualifying lap now? Not qualifying lap, sorry. I'm off it today. The formation lap starts. Only 10 drivers to go through, so we can take this nice and slowly. in first after another impressive qualifying. It's been strong qualifying from him all season. It's Sipie in the Red Bull, still looking for his first win of the season. Hopefully he can achieve that today. In second we have Brandon. I'm pretty sure it's his first time in HTA anyway. If it is, he's put a good statement, a good footprint out there that he is not a driver to be messed with. Virida in third. This is his... Oh, sorry. Once again. Anyway, where were we? Virida in the Mercedes. Good qualifying from him. He'll be looking to get on the podium or even a surprise race win, because he's not someone you'd expect to win. But yeah. Anyway, Willem, the one lap qualifying merchant here. He always seems to leave it late in qualifying. He always seems to do well. He's in fourth. Storm 72 UK in the Toro Rosso is in fifth. Sloppy G190 in the Ferrari is sitting nicely in sixth. Ben Gallagher in his trusty McLaren car with a bit of lag, he's in seventh. Dumlio's in the Haas, he's in eighth. Q-Tip, the championship leader, all the way down in ninth. Now that's not something you'd expect, but you cannot write him off from a race win, as it is Q-Tip. And Rich, disappointing qualifying for him. He'll hope to build his way up the grid as we approach the start of this race. We do actually have a question. I'm not racing today because I'm sick. I hope you get well soon, mate. But I've got a question. Who do I think will win? Well, I'm going to go with Sipie, his first win of the season. I'm going to go with Sipie. I'm not one to make comments. Anyway, we are about to get underway in Mexico. We've got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And they're off, and away we go in Mexico for the 5th round of F2 in Hit the Apex. They're all rushed towards turn 1. Is there going to be any overtaking opportunities? Ben Gallagher, he went up to 3rd at one point and drops back down to 7th. Willems is up to 3rd. And now Ridder's back. Now Willems, it's a constant fight between them two. No move has been made for Sipie's number 1 spot yet, though. He still sits there. Willems has pushed himself up into 3rd. Q-Tips all the way up into 7th just after a few corners. As I mentioned, you cannot write that man off. Vera has dropped down to 4th. Storm has stayed in his position. I believe he started in 5th anyway. Q-Tip up into 7th after an impressive few first corners. Ben Gallagher, he drops all the way down to 8th. 9th now. I'm pretty sure he's having some lag issues, so that might not be his fault. Anyway, it's all about that man at the front, Sipie. He's held on to it after half of a lap here in Mexico. Let's see if he can hold on for it for another 35 and a half. Sorry. Just coming towards the end of lap 1 now. Virida, it seems to be a constant fight for 4th here. There's 2 wide. Was there contact between the Ferrari and the... No, there wasn't. Q-Tips slots nicely between those two fighting. He's now up into 6th. Is there going to be a move at all into turn 1? Not for 1st. Is there going to be a move for 4th, which seems to be a major fight for? No, there isn't. Ben Gallagher starting to work his way back up the grid now. Obviously, it'll be more interesting when DRS is enabled next lap. We have a lot more overtaking, as we probably already know. Get your comments in. Who do you think's going to win? I've said my prediction. It's time for you to say yours. Have your say on the Mexican Grand Prix. Willem gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings already. It's only lap 2 and he has a time penalty. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's not going to be one of them races where it's penalties galore and you can't tell who's the winner by the end. That's what it's come down to the last couple of races. It's come down to you're not sure who's going to win because of penalties. Yeah. DRS should now be enabled. Virida right behind that racing point. Let's see if a move is made here for 3rd. Virida trying to get all that slipstream everything he can. He goes for a move around the outside. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Looks like he goes a bit too wide. Takes the inside line. Now the outside line going into turn 3. We're going too wide. That Toro Rosso's trying to... Is it 3 abreast going into that corner? No, it's not. It's just too wide of the Mercedes and the Racing Point. It's like ping pong for that 3rd position. It's Willems, then it's Viriders, then it's Willems. And Willems is able to hang on to it, although Viridder... And there's contact between the two. Oh my. It looked like Viridder just... What has happened there between those two? Major contact. It turned those two into the wall. No. It was a good fight between those two and it's caused a crash. No. Both having damage after that. That's going to affect them races massively. Storm will be very, very happy with that though, as he now goes up into 3rd. That's something he would have wished for. He just sat back and let it happen. Best possible outcome for him. It's not the best possible outcome for Viridder and Willems. Gap's ready for me now, as you can see. Sipier 2.2 seconds ready. It's only in the 4th lap, and you can see that gap emerging already. Q-Tip impressively already up into 4th. I'm going to guess we'll see him on the podium by the end of this race. Hopefully I haven't just gave him the commentator's curse. As predicted, you can see on the left, Viridder and Willems have both gone into the pit lane to get those wings fixed. Who should we watch here? Be interesting to have a say on the Viridder and Willems situation. If Storm makes it onto the podium, we'll ask him what's happened between those two or what he actually saw. I'm pretty sure it was Viridder who made the contact and that initially put them in the wall, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll get back to the racing and less about the crashing. Best thing possible for those would be a safety car though. That would make the race very interesting. We did have that last week actually in Belgium. Wonder if we'll have a repeat of that today. Gaps, you can see on the left, gaps emerging already from all the drivers. A par will exactly stay with these. Sloppy is right behind Dom Leo's. So we'll watch that. Keep our eye on that between those two. Oh. As I said, have your say on the Grand Prix. Predictions, anything like that. We will talk about it as the race progresses. Willems gets another time penalty. He's up to 6 seconds already, and after that crash it could be his race all over. That's disappointing to see. Not the sort of stuff we want to be seeing either, really. We want to see all the races finishing the race, and yeah. We speak about the time penalty that Willems sets the fastest lap of the race. I'm not sure if you get any extra points actually in this league for a fastest lap. I'll ask about that. Anyway, CP, 4 second gap. This could be his time. I've said it before and it's not worked, and hopefully I haven't just gave him the curse. I really want him to do well. Who shall we watch here? We'll watch the fight for 6th between Sloppy in the Ferrari and Dom Leos in the Haas. Is Sloppy actually going to go for a move here? No, he decides not to and goes for the safe option. Probably the best option. He can have a go at him in this chicane here. He's going to try and go through his inside. No, he's not. He'll have the DRS on him though. He'll most likely be able to overtake him here, and he does. Or does he? No, he doesn't actually. He's going to have to hold on to this. He does. Sloppy is up into 6th after using DRS. Yellow flags in sector 2. What has happened there? It's Dom Leos. He's gone into the barrier. What happened there? Oh, I apologise. I didn't get that on camera. We probably just missed that. Oh, I apologise. Storm's all the way up into... Oh, it's Sippy's gone into the pits. Wonder what happened then. I thought Sippy may have crashed. Q-Tip up into provisional 3rd, that is, already. Is he going to make this 4 out of 5? You've had him on the podium. He produces very good interviews, Q-Tip does. It's always a pleasure to have him. Obviously, we have the interviews after the race is finished, like the podium interviews. He's been on every one so far, and it's been a pleasure every time. As I said, he makes for a good interview, and he's a good guy overall. I'm guessing this is when, I was just about to say, I'm guessing this is when people start to filter into the pits around lap 9. I'm guessing they're going to go on to the, go on to the mediums. Actually, we'll get I totally forgot to turn that on, I apologise. We won't look at the Q-Tip up at 8 places, but that's obviously only provisional because he has not gone into the pit yet. We'll do 8 laps on the mediums. I'm guessing they'll start to wear out very soon. Well, actually, no, they won't. I'm not sure on a bit. I was thinking of the softs. As Williams now comes in. Oh, he DNF'd. Oh, we're down to 9. I knew it was inevitable that it was going to happen. That at least one person was going to DNF. It's unfortunate that had to happen so early. No one's actually close to anyone, so... Actually, I lied. Sippy 7/10 away from Rich in 3rd. I'm not sure after streams would... I'm not sure if he's going to be staying in pole. Not pole, why did I say pole? I'm totally off it today, I really am sorry. Not been the best of days overall, so... What I was going to say was... I'm pretty sure Sippy, after pit stops, would still be in the lead. Q-Tip could probably hold out until we're in lap 13, 14 on the mediums, I'm gonna guess. The softs, as you can see, Ben Gallagher 9 laps. He'll have to come in quite soon, I'm gonna guess. They're starting to wear out and less grip. Sippy, he tries to make a move for Richie's third place. Is he going to have to make it stick? No, he doesn't. Rich hits back, and Sippy hits back once more. Sippy goes for the outside line and is able to hold it. Will he have the DRS as well, maybe? Oh, no, that is Rich who has it. As Rich looks for a move into the first corner. Is he going to go for it? He does. He chooses the outside line. He's not able to make it stick though. Seems to be a little bit of a fight emerging between Rich and Sippy, which is always good to see. We love a bit of action. Sippy already creating a bit of a gap there, you can see. Ow. You can see, yeah, as I was saying, Sippy already creating that bit of a gap between him and Rich. Storm 72 UK, he gets a penalty. Not as many as I originally thought, but still not good to see that many. What is happening? My audio keeps cutting out. This is so annoying. I really do apologise. What is happening, man?